Welcome this week to Built from Broken. Before we get started, I just want to let you know that this is going to be a painful episode. This episode deals with CSAM. For those of you that don't know what that is child sexual assault. And if it is too brutal of a subject for you, please do not watch. But this episode does have a viewer discretion, so please be advised. Today, I sit beside the woman that I love, the woman who has seen my silent battles, the woman who has shared those same battles with me, the woman who has helped me build the person that I am today. But although she has helped me build myself to my greatest potential, she has also fought her own silent battles and her own silent wars. Um, Before she shares her story, I want you to understand that the things that she's going to share today is about a 30-year ache. And to anyone watching, this is dedicated to you and for those people that are holding on to battles that were never theirs to fight in the first place. So, welcome to Built from Broken, Nicole Martinez.
Hello.
Now, baby, what of your past would you like the world to know, since this episode is basically helping you get rid of your past? This is also the past that doesn't let go. So how do you function with your everyday life with the battles that you silently fight?
Um, well, I'm a firm believer. Oh, okay, you have a camera. I'm a firm believer of God. I would not I wouldn't be where I am today without him. Praise the Lord. But it was a struggle. It was a struggle and a fight and a lesson that I had to learn that you never get rid of your past. It always sticks with you. You just have to I had to learn how to live with it. I had to learn how to forgive myself, forgive other people that contribute to me and my downfall. So it was a lot of self-healing. I had to separate myself from a lot of people from the world just so I can heal properly. And
Do you want to share with the world what it is that you are healing from?
I mean, a lot of things. One of the things that I will say is that I dealt with, people, a couple, I don't know how to put it into words, but um, I was touched, molested when I was younger. I want to say about 10 or 11 by an older cousin. Um, and I would say I was in sixth grade, fifth, sixth grade, and that that began like the start of my downfall. Um, I didn't know what it was being so young. I just knew it wasn't right. And it got to the point where, I told my mom, she did not believe me. I think she didn't believe me because she didn't want to believe it, and also that I was too young to know stuff like that. But where would I get that from? We weren't allowed to watch that type of stuff or even know that type of stuff. So that's that's how I found out what you know what pleasure was from my cousin. It's icky to talk about it, but and like since then it was just I was just uh I was just in a spiral after that. Um, I would go to my cousin's house on my mom's side because my dad's side is the one. My cousin on my dad's side is the one who violated me, and every time he would come over, I would just find an excuse or sneak out of the house late at night to go to my cousin's house on my mom's side because she stayed across the street just to get away from him. And I confided in my sister. My sister confronted him, and after that point, he stopped. But I felt like the damage was already done. Um, when we ultimately moved from where we stayed when I was younger, and we moved to another part of town. And I thought it would get better, but I just I found myself like hating everybody. Like I hated the skin I was in. I didn't want to be here. Um, I ended up getting pregnant when I was 15.
Not from the
Not
incident.
no, not separate situation. From a different boy that I met while I was in school, and that caused a lot of trauma too because I was 15. The way I found out I was pregnant was traumatic as well. One day I was just sick. I was constantly sick, and I thought it was a stomach flu. And my mom knew before me.
All right. Mamas
So
always know.
my mom came home with a pregnancy test a couple weeks before Thanksgiving, and I took like 3 or 4 of them, and they all came back positive. And that's when she found out. And my sister ended up telling her that I was sneaking out, and by December the 10th, I had an abortion, and all while being 15. And that had me depressed for a while, and like that was another layer for my sadness and anger.
Right.
So after that, it was just I didn't understand that I was a hurt person that was hurting other people. At that point, like I wish bad on people. Like you could be a stranger. Like I was wishing bad on them when I would see them in the street. I had another cousin that was found out she was pregnant and was having a baby shower. I couldn't go because it was a cousin from my father's side, and she was having a baby shower after I just had an abortion.
Right.
So it's like I could not bring myself to go to other people's happy moments because I was not happy myself. And it just got worse from there. I was fighting in school a lot. I got kicked out of a lot of schools for fighting. Um when I did get to high school in the 10th grade, I forgot her name.
Don't
But
mention no names though.
okay, I forgot her name, but it was this guidance counselor. And she will always pull me from class. And, she will always say, like, I see the best in you, Nicole. You're struggling with demons. And I was. And it took somebody that did not know me to see how bad I was struggling. Like, my family didn't see it, or they couldn't see it, or wouldn't see it. I don't know which one. But she ended up helping me. She ended up helping me to the point where I was on the path of not graduating.
Right.
Because I was skipping school. Like I didn't care to do anything. So she helped me get in the program to help me graduate on time. And I thought, like, after graduating, and I started going to school for medical assistant, and then I switched from LPN. I thought things would get better, but it got worse.
Right.
I started drinking a lot to the point where I couldn't remember the days. I want to cry.
Okay.
I started self-harming, not to end my life, but I just felt like I had no control over anything, so I self-harmed a lot. I got a lot of pointless tattoos just to feel the pain because I felt like I was not feeling anything. I wasn't feeling happiness. I wasn't feeling joy. I wasn't feeling love. And I don't know. One day when, like, I woke up one day and there was nothing but wine bottles on my floor and liquor bottles. And I was just like, I don't want that to beat me. I don't want to drink my pain away because it's not going anywhere. It's just getting worse.
So that was your first major breaking point,
Mm-hmm.
where you felt like there had to be a change. There had to be a flip.
Yeah.
From your pain.
Because I had to realize that can't nobody help me but me.
Right.
I can seek the help, but I'm the only person that can do the work. So I started praying a lot. I seek help. I had to come to terms that a lot of stuff wasn't my fault. Because I self-blamed a lot. I was like, what is it about me that made my own family member want to do that to me? Like, some people told me it was because of the way I dressed. But, and I believed that. I believed it. I was like, if I just would have kept my mouth closed and not dressed a certain way, then maybe it wouldn't happen to me.
Right.
But I know now that, it wasn't me. No, it wasn't me. I had no control over that. I was a child, and for a long time I blamed my parents too.
That's okay.
I blamed my parents too because I felt like when you're younger, your parents are supposed to protect you, and I just felt like they knew stuff, like they knew, like they heard inklings of stuff, and they didn't do anything to protect me. And I blamed them. I was so ready to like cut them off out of my life, but they're my parents, and I had to come to an understanding that my parents are human too. I don't know what they go through in their life with their struggles, so I know that every day is a learning process for everybody, and we try to be better and try to grow. So I had to forgive them too in my own way. Like, I'm still learning to forgive them and forgive other people. It takes time, and you have to want better in life. You can't
There's no handbook.
Yeah. You can't just wait for You can't just wait for everything to be okay. You have to work towards it.
Absolutely. I want to iterate too that when we met, it was hard because I was dealing with silent battles, but it was nothing to the extent like this. I was missing my child. She came into my life at that point. So it was a lot of me trying to fight my demons with that, and then her trying to fight her demons, and then us just coming together. And funny enough, you would think that we was struggling in the sense of bickering with each other, but I feel like that hurt and everything that we've gone through built us closer, built us stronger. I used to come home and see her crying on the bed, like in the dark. Like, it was a lot of shit. This is a 10-year relationship. So it was a lot of stuff that you witness, and you try to be positive through all that, with having to deal with your everyday life, with having to pay your bills, having to go to work, having to get up without getting that reset, without that moment where you get to stop and look and say, what the hell is going on? We need to have a clear path of where we're going. So within those 10 years, although we're crying now, I can tell you right now, we are happy. We are each other's rock. There's moments where we do get upset with each other, like any other relationship, but we could both count on one hand how many times we've actually argued to the point where it's like a blowout argument, but it's here nor there. I think we've grown enough within ourselves as individuals to come together to have a relationship where we see each other and it's not a one-sided relationship. So part of the episode, the fun part for you, will of course be the questions. So do you feel that you are ready for my questions?
I will try.
Okay. Here is one Q&A. When did you realize your past was still affecting you? How you showed up in how let me rephrase that. When did you realize your past was still affecting how you showed up in love?
I mean, it's still a problem till this day, and I'm pretty sure you will agree that I get defensive a lot, and I feel like in my past I had to be defensive because of what I went through.
Right.
So I put it in my head when I was younger that it was me against the world. Like, no matter who comes and goes out of my life, like, I'm the only one that has my back. And I hammered that into my brain. Like, as I was a child, like 6th and 7th grade, like, that was my thing. I'm always going to be on defensive mode. And I feel like that's one of the cons that is still affecting me today in my relationship. Because I get very, even even friendships, even at work, like, I get defensive and I take it personally. And, now I try to, when we're in our discussions, our heated discussions, that's why I try to, like, not say nothing and take a step back, because I don't want to, I just know I'm gonna keep being defensive. So
without taking that step back.
Yeah. So when I step back and reevaluate the situation, then I can see it clearly. But don't make me do it like at that point in time where we having a discussion, because it's not gonna get through my head.
What does emotional abandonment feel like when it's old pain showing up in new ways?
Oh my gosh. Horrible. It feels like this. It just feels like a hamster wheel. Like, it's some situations that I don't put myself in because I feel like it's going to be, like old emotional pain from the past. And when it collides with the present, like, it's an overwhelming feel of emotions.
Right.
It's like you're trying to separate the two, but they're so
one and the same.
Yeah, so it's very hard. But when time gets like that, from anybody, I have to take a step back and, reevaluate. I cannot stress it enough that in times of, like, anger and sadness, like, sometimes the best thing you can do is reevaluate.
That is true. That is true. Did you ever feel like you had to hide parts of your hurt, so I wouldn't carry it too?
Yeah.
I felt like that a lot too in the beginning, though. Like, having to deal with not crying because knowing that you went through an abortion and then me losing my child, it's like, even though it's not the same, but it is the same, because it's like I'm still crying for this child that is no longer in my life when you've wasn't able to birth the child that's not in your life. So it's like it was a lot of juggling of emotions to like try to hide it instead of us embracing the pain. If you want to say that,
a loss is a loss, no matter if that person is not in your life. Like, a loss is a loss. You feel it in your heart, and it does not go away. But I forgot the question.
Did you ever feel like you had to hide parts of your hurt so I wouldn't carry it too?
Yeah, only not in. Well, yeah, I would say yes, and in another sense is that I wasn't ready to face that hurt. It's a lot of stuff that I have not yet come to terms with.
Right.
That I just cannot talk about yet.
Right.
It's like an onion. Like, it's
like, you gotta peel those layers. That's right. How do you know when you're reacting to me and not something unresolved within you? I think the best way I can answer it, even though I'm not you, is that I can tell when you're going through something because you automatically isolate yourself.
Yeah.
And you stay quiet and you just have this demeanor of like you're here but you're not here.
I check out a lot. Like I wouldn't say all the time, but somewhat of the time. Like I check out. Like I what is that word called? I disassociate.
Yeah.
A lot. Like sometimes, like I can be in a room full of people and we all having conversations, and I will disassociate and I will go back to the 15-year-old me or 16-year-old me, and I hate that. I'm like, I don't know where that comes.
It's like a replay.
Yeah, and I do not like that, but I feel like since we've got together, and we've been together for a decade now, that we know each other better. So when I react to you now, I don't think it has nothing to do with my past. Yeah.
What would healing feel like if it wasn't tied to an apology you may never get?
I mean, I haven't I guess I haven't had any apologies tied to anything. Like nobody really, except for a couple family members, but not the actual people that had a hand in hurting me. Like no apologies have been made, and at that point, like it's sad that I probably won't ever get that chance, hear an apology or get that chance to talk it out, because we never know what happens. But like I came to terms with it a while ago that I will never get that piece of it, but I just have to try, like, and move on. Like I forgave who I needed to forgive. I have no hate in my heart for anybody that did anything wrong to me. I have no like evil in me, no vengefulness in me like anymore to want to see anybody like down bad. Even my cousin that did that to me. Like I hope that he has the best life, but I just hope that he does not do that again, because it can really determine a person's life.
Mm-hmm. To anyone listening who loves someone battling their unseen battles, be patient. It's not about fixing them. And to the survivors, your pain didn't kill you. And you're proof of that. Now let's find what heals you. Today's strength tool is going to be the safe space letter. Write a letter to your younger self or the one who hurt you. Let your truth pour with no judgment, and let your healing begin with your voice. Then burn it or drown it or bury it, whatever you want to do with it. If those of you that like to journal, I have a journal prompt for you as well, which is, what have I carried in silence that needs to be released through truth? And to those of you watching, we close with this. Her story isn't unique, and that's the tragedy. But her courage to speak and be loud in her healing is the miracle. Healing doesn't come when pain stops. It comes when you stop hiding it. This is our broken, but this is also our build back. So I want to thank you for joining us this week on Built from Broken, and thank my wife Nicole for joining in.
Hello.
I love you too.